do division of whole numbers. Now, what is division? What do you understand as division? Division is a shortcut for subtraction. In other words, division is a repeated subtraction. If you have 9 and you want to divide 9 by 3, what you actually doing is you subtract 3 from 9, then you have 6. You subtract 3 from 6, then you have 3. You subtract 3 from 3, you have 0. The symbols, this thing here means division. See, 9 divided by 3, that's how you write that. Or you can say 9 over 3, that's how you write that. Or you can say, you draw this thing here, that's a symbol of division. You put 3 here, and you put 9 inside that, then you perform the operation of division. Now notice that 3 can go into 9 3 times, right? Notice that if you divide 9 by 3, it will go 3 times. That's right there, right? So what does that mean? That means when we use the word times, that means there's a relationship between division and multiplication, right? Because you see, 9 divided by 3 gives you 3. But then if you say 3 times 3, you get 9. See, there's a relationship there, right? So what? Let's look at terms. There are different terms that you get in when you do division. Say you divide 12 by 3. What do you get? You get 4, right? Okay. So the number 12 you dividing is called dividend. It sounds like the thing you get from stock. It's called dividend, right? 12 is called dividend, and then 3 is called divisor. 3 is called divisor, and then the result of division, which is 4, is called quotient. Right there, it's called quotient. Okay, so basically what you're doing when you do division is you have dividend, right? Dividend, and you divide it by divisor, and then the result will be quotient, right? Quotient. So that's what you're doing. You dividend and then quotient, right? So let's go. We're gonna try to do a bunch of examples. That's where we're gonna learn what is actually going on when we do division. We'll do a bunch of examples. All right, the first example I have for you is let's say we want to do 96 divided by 2. Now there's a process we'll go through, just like we did when we did the multiplication and addition, right? We're just gonna follow that process. We're gonna line things up. So the best way to do division is to do it vertically. You see, that's why it's called long division, but you will see. So what you do, you write to here, and you draw this line here, this line like that symbol I showed you before, and you put 96 here, right? 9 divided by 2, you can only divide 8. See, 2 divided 8, you get 4, right? So you put the 4 here under 9, and then you say 4 times 2 is 8. You put the 8 here, and then you have to subtract. You subtract, put the subtraction. I like to put my subtraction, in the same line as that 2 right there. Some people do it a little bit different. I want to do it that way. That way you can keep track of things. And then you draw the line like that. Then you're gonna subtract. You subtract 8 from 9, you get 1, right? Okay, so now what you do, you bring down 6, right? You bring down 6 like that, and then you repeat the same process again. 2 go into 16. How many times will 2 go into 16? 2 will go into 16 8 times, because 16 divided by 2 will give you 8, right? So it will go 8 times. You write the 8 on the 6 right there, and then you draw that line. You subtract. What do you have? You have 0. So there is no number to bring down anymore. We're finished. See, there is no number here to bring down. We don't have any number to bring down, so we're done. So we'll say then we'll say that 96 divided by 2 is equals to 48. You gotta get that number from up here. See the 48 right there. That's our answer. Right, there's nothing remaining, so there's 0. Well, you can say remaining 0. It's nothing. Usually they say remaining. If there's a number remaining, you say remaining 0. But you don't have to write that. Just leave it at 48. Eventually, we're gonna have an example where there is a huge remainder, right? Sometimes they say R0. That's a remainder 0. Because you see, because of this 0, we only have 0 left. So let's go to the next example. We'll move on to the next example. Let's say 963 divided by 3. Okay, so we'll continue. We'll do the same process. We'll line things up like we always do. We'll put 3 here. We'll draw this thing here, the symbol of division like that. We'll put 9 here, we'll put 6 here, we'll put 3 here. Okay, and then we'll do the process. Now, 9 divided by 3, of course, we will go. It will be, you will get, if you divide 9 by 3, you get 3. Because 3 times 3 is equals to 9. So 9 divided by 3 is equals to 3. So we'll put 3 there, and then we say 3 times 9 is 9. We'll subtract. We'll put the subtraction sign there, and then we'll draw the horizontal line there, and then we'll subtract. When you subtract, what you get? 0. Right? And then you bring down 6. The next figure is 6. You bring it down. So, of course, 0 is there, but it means nothing. It's 0, 0 is 0. 0 means nothing. 3 divided 6, what do you get? 6 divided by 3 is 2, right? And then we'll put 2 here under 6. We'll say 2 times 3 is 6. We'll put it here, 6, and then we'll subtract. What do we get? We get 0, right? And then we'll bring down 3. Bring down 3 like that. Okay, you bring down 3, and then you said 3 go into 3. Well, how many times does it go? 1 time. So 3 divide 3, you get 1. And then you said 3 times 1 is 3. You subtract. What do you get? You get 0. So we're done. We say that 963 divided by 3 is equals to 3 to 1, and then we're done, right? That's the solution right there. We're done. So we'll move on to the next one. 897 divided by 3, right? So what do? You line things up like we normally do. You put 3 here, and you draw this thing here, the division symbol, and you put 897 like that, and then you start the process of division. 3 can go into 8. If you take 8 divided by 3, what do you get? You can go 2 times, because 3 can go into 6, will give you 2, right? So you put 2 here, and then you say 2 times 3 is 6, right? So you subtract, right? And then you bring down 9. So as long as you line things up, you're gonna be okay. Just line things up, pay attention, you should be fine. How many times will 3 go into 29? You can only divide 27. So because 27 divided by 3 is equals to what? It's equals to 9. We'll write 9 here, and then we'll say 9 times 3 is 27, right? 27. We'll subtract. Okay, if you subtract that, what do you get? You get 2 here. I hope you can see the problem. You got 2 there, and then we'll bring down 7. We'll bring down 7 right there. And then if 3 divides 27, yes, it will go into 27 9 times. You put the 9 here. I said 9 times 3 is 27, and then you subtract. Put subtraction sign here. That's where I like to put it, and then you get 0, right? And then we're done, because the remainder is 0. It's nothing else to divide. So you say 897 divided by 3 is equals to 299. There's no remainder. You can say remainder 0, but you don't have to. This is the solution there. So we'll move on to the next problem. Our next problem is 347 divided by 5, right? And then you start by lining things up the way you're supposed to. You put 5 here, and then you draw this division symbol. You put 347 here, and then you say, you begin to do the process of division, right? Now 5 divide 3, it can go. So I like to do my stuff a little different than other people, because I want to keep it simple. So 3 divided by 5, you won't go. You put the 0 on top of 3 right there, and then you say 0 times 5 is 0. You put the subtraction sign right there, and you draw the horizontal line. You subtract. What do you get? You get 3. You bring down 4. There's a reason why I do this. It will make sense when we get to this. I think the last problem, it will make sense why we'll have to do it this way. Okay, so then you said 34 divided by 5. What do? I think it's gonna 35 will go into 30. 5 can only divide 30, right? You say, it will go 6 times. You say 6 times 5 is 30, and then you subtract, right? You have 4 left. You bring down 7. Bring down 7 like that. How many times will 5 go into 47? I think it's 9 times, because 5 will divide 45. You go into 9 times. So you put 9 here under 7. You say 9 times 5 is 45, and then you subtract. You get 2 here. This is subtraction. Put your subtraction sign right there. Line it up like that. So you get 2. There's nothing else to bring down. So basically we're done. See, there's no number here to bring down. So we're done, right? We'll say then that 347 divided by 5 is equals to 69. Remainder 2. That's how you write that. Remainder. That 2 there is a remainder. Remainder 2. So we're done with that one. We'll move on to the next one. Okay, our next problem is 579 divided by 6. What do? You line things up like we normally do. You put 6 here. You draw this division symbol right there. You put 5, 7, 9 like that, right? And then you go about doing the process of division. So 5 divided by 6, of course, it's not gonna go. So we say it's 0, right? Because it's not gonna go. But I like to put the 0 there. It says 0 times 6 is 0. you subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. You bring down 7. So you do that, you bring things down like that. Again, you will understand why it's best to do it this way. So then we say 57 divided by 6, it can only go into 54. The 6 can go into 54. That would be 9 times, right? So we'll write 9 here. We'll say 9 times 6 is 54, and then we'll subtract. When we subtract, we'll get 3, right? We'll get 3, then we'll bring down 9. Bring this 9 down here. So we'll repeat the process. Don't let this confuse you. We'll repeat the process again, right? Now, 6 divide 39. How many times? I think 6 will divide 36. 6 divide 36, you get 6, right? And then so we'll put the 6 under 9. Put the 6 here. And then we'll say 6 times 6 is 36. And then we'll subtract. We'll get 3. And then that's it. Because, you know why that's it? Because there's nothing to bring down. We're done. We're done with the figure. There's nothing else to bring down here. We're done. So the solution we found is 579 divided by 6 is equals to 96 remainder 3. Right? Okay, so we'll move on to the next problem. Our next problem is 898 divided by 3. Again, we'll do the same thing we normally do. We'll put 3 here. We'll draw the division sign, and we'll put 898 like that, and then we'll start. Okay, so 8 divided by 3, it can only go twice because because 6 divided by 3 is equals to 2, right? So it will go in 6 twice. So we'll put 2 here. We'll say 2 times 3 is 6, and then we'll subtract right there. We'll subtract that, we'll get 2, right? And then we'll bring down 9. Yeah, don't get confused. We're bringing down this 9, bringing it down here like that. We'll bring down 9, see. We'll put 9 there. And then we'll say, how many times will 3 go into 29? It can only divide 27. And then when it divides 27, it's 9 times, right? Because 27 divided by 3 is equals to 9. Yeah, so we'll put the 9 there, and we'll say 9 times 3 is 27, right? And then we'll subtract. You see how I line my stuff up? Just line it up like that. That way you don't get confused. When you subtract, what do you get? You get 2 here, right? And then you bring down. Go ahead and bring down 8. Bring down 8 right down here. Okay, so you put 8 there. You put 8 there, and then you repeat the process. 28 divided by 3, it can only divide 27, and we get 9, right? So you put the 9 in here, and you say 9 times 3 is 27, and then you subtract. What do you get? 1. So that's it. We're done. Do you remember? Because there's nothing else. If you look over here, there's nothing else to bring down. We're done. Okay? So then we'll say that 898 divided by 3 is equals to 299. This, you read off here, answer from on top of there where we'll put it. And then the remainder, right? The remainder is 1. That's your answer right there. That's your answer right there. So we'll move on to something. By the way, there is something I want to show you. See, the answer we got there is 299 remainder 1. You can write that as 299 1 over 3, because that's what you divide them by 3. You can write it like, it's perfectly okay to write it like that if your teacher prefers it like that. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next problem. Okay, our next problem is 3,903 divided by 6. What do? You line things up like we normally do. You put 6 here and you draw the division symbol. You put 3,903 here, and then you do the division. Pay attention to this problem because you learn something from there. You learn why it's important to line things up according to the position of numbers in the base 10 positional numbering system. Okay, 3 divided by 6, there's nothing there, so it won't go. So you say it's 0. You have to put that 0 there, and then you say 0 times 6 is 0, and then you subtract. You see why that is very, very important. You subtract, you get 3, and then you bring 9 down like that. All right, you bring 9 down. Then what do? You divide 39 by 6. You repeat the process again. 6 can only divide 36, right? If you divide 36, you get 6. So you write 6 here on above 9, and then you multiply 6 times 6 is 36, right? And then you subtract. Put the subtraction sign here. And then when you subtract, what do you get? You get 3 right there. And then you go ahead and bring down 0. Bring down 0. Bring down 0 like that. You put the 0 here. Now, you repeat the process again. 6 divide 30. What do you get? Yes, 6 can go into 30 5 times. Right? So you put the 5 here. You say 5 times 6 is 30. All right, you subtract. When you subtract, you get 0. Now, this is where, hey, pay attention here. We're not done. We still got a number to bring down. See? We still got this number to bring down. We're not done. Okay, so when you bring that number down, what happens? You put it here. You put the 3 down. Now you have to repeat the process again. Of course, you know this number here, we don't count it. So you say 3 divided by 6. Remember we seen that before when we started the problem. 3 divided by 6 it won't go. It's 0. So you have to write that 0 down. Write it above 3, right? And then you say 0 times 6 is actually 0. You repeat the process. Just go through the process again. 3 minus 0 is 3. You see? So we're done. Our solution now is 3903 divided by 6 is equals to 650 remainder 3. That's our solution. You see that? So that's how you do it. If you don't do it right, you may end up thinking the solution is 65, which is wrong. This is wrong. Solution is not 65. If you make a mistake here, you can't make a mistake here. That's why I said put 0 everywhere. If you can't divide, put 0 there. That way you don't make a mistake. Okay, so we'll go to the next problem. So to help you understand the comment I just made, right, I'm gonna change that problem a little bit so that there is no remainder, right? I'm gonna change the problem we did before. Change it a little bit. Before we did 3,903 divided by 6. Now I'm gonna do it, change it to 3,906 divided by 6. Okay, what you do, you line things up like we normally do. You write 6 there, write 6 here, and then you draw the symbol 3906. Okay, 3 divided by 6, you won't go. You follow the process. It's gonna be 0, so you write the 0 here, and then you say 0 times 6 is 0. you subtract. 3 minus 0 is 3. You bring 9 down. Alright, now you repeat the process. 6 can go into 36 to get 6, right? So you put the 6 here. You say 6 times 6 is 36, and then you subtract like that. So you subtract 36 from 39, you get 3. And then what do you do now? You bring the 0 down. See, you bring the 0 down right there. You bring it down. 0 is there. Now you repeat the process. 30 divided by 6, of course you will go there into 5 times. 6 will go into 35 times, right? So you put the 5 here, and then you say 5 times 6 is 30, and then you subtract, right? And then you get 0. Now this is where you pay attention. We're not done. We still have to bring down. We gotta bring down 6. We'll put the 6 here. And then if 6 divides 6, don't forget this 0 is just a placeholder. So we're dividing 6 by 6. 6 divided 6, you're gonna get 1. You put the 1 up here and say 1 times 6 is 6. And then you subtract. You repeat the same process, you get 0. You see? So basically we'll say, since we're done, we'll say 3906 divided by 6 is equals to, we'll read the number up from that top there where we wrote it down, 5651, and then the remainder, there's nothing remaining, it's 0. You don't have to write that down, So, but anyway, you can write it down if you want to. So we'll move on to the next problem. 3942 divided by 6. Again, you line things up like we normally do. You put the 6 here, you draw the division symbol, you put 3942. Alright, and then you go through the process of division. 3 divided by 6 is not gonna go, so we'll write 0. 6 times 0, 0 times 6, it doesn't matter. You put the 0 here, subtract. Okay, you subtract, you get 3. You bring the 9 down, and then you repeat the process. Okay, 6 can go into 39, but you will divide 36. 36 over 6 is equals to 6. So you put the 6 here on top of 9, and then you multiply 6 times 6 is 36. That's how all that works out. And then you put the subtraction symbol, you subtract, you get 3 here. Right? Okay. So you repeat the process, you bring, what you do, you bring that, bring the 4 down. Bring the 4 down. You bring the 4 down, put the 4 down here, and then you repeat the process. 34 divided by 6. Oh, of course, we know it won't go. It will go. It will do 30. 6 will divide 30 to give you 6, right? I'm sorry, to give you 5. So we'll put that 5 here. Sorry, we'll put that 5 here. And we say 5 times 6 is 30. We'll put the 30 right there, and then we'll subtract. Alright? We'll subtract, we get 4. Okay, so we'll bring 2 down, put 2 there. Alright, so how many times with 6 divide 42? Yes, you will go. 42 divided by 6 is 7. So you put the 7 here under 2. And then you say 7 times 6 is 42. And then you subtract, right? Subtract is 0. So you're done. We're done right there. And then we'll say that 3942 divided by 6 is equals to 657, right? Remainder 0. You don't have to write the remainder there. We're done, right? That's our solution right there. We'll move on to the next problem. I'm going to change this problem a little bit. You see that problem right there? I said 3942 divided by 6. I'm going to add 10. I'm going to add 10 to the number. I'm going to write 394210. See what happens. There's something, you learn something from there. Let's do it. Okay. Let's do it. We'll do 3942. This is what we did before. Then I add 10. Behind that number, and we say divided. We're gonna do divided by the same 6. Then we'll see what happened. Okay, so what do we do? You start by lining things up the way we normally do. Put 6 here, draw the division symbol, and put the number you divided right there, 4210. Okay, you line it up like that. Okay, so then we'll repeat the process. You will see how things turn out. Now, 3 divided by 6, it won't go. We'll say 0. 0 times 6 is 0. We'll subtract. When you subtract, what do you get? 3 subtract 0 subtraction from 3, you get 3, and then you bring down 9, right? And then now you're gonna repeat the process. We know 6 will go into 36, and it's gonna be 6 like we did before. You subtract, you get 3, right? You bring down 4. We know that 6 will go into 30, so we'll put 30. It's gonna be 6. I'm sorry, it's gonna be 5. Sorry, it's gonna go into 30 5 times. It's gonna be 5 here, and then we'll subtract. We'll get 4, right? Okay, and then we'll bring down 2. This is where we stopped in the other problem, right? You bring down to 42 divided by 6. Yeah, it will go 7 times. So we'll put 7 here, and then we'll say 7 times 6 is 42. You remember? And then we'll subtract. We get 0 here. Right now, here is interesting stuff. You need to notice. I added that 10 there. So you bring the 1 down. Okay. Then you're gonna repeat the process. Once you bring the 1 down, repeat the process. You say 1. Of course, you know that 0 there. You know, it's a placeholder. We say 1 divided by 6 is 0. So we'll put the 0 here. Put the 0 on top of 1. You say 0 times 6 is 0. And you subtract. Go through the same process. You subtract, you get 1. Then you bring down the 0, the last figure. The last figure happens to be 0. You bring it down. You put it there. Right? You put it there. And then you repeat the process again. You repeat the process. 10 divided by 6. It can only go in 1 time, right? So you put 6. You put this 1 time. You put the 1 here, and then 1 times 6 is 6. You put it here, and you subtract. What do you get? You get 4, right? That's what I want you to catch on. You see, there's a remainder there. So what is our solution? It's a long one, man. So what is the solution? The solution is you read it off there where you will write down. I can't see the thing we wrote down. So let me write it over here. The solution is if you have 394210 divided by 6, the solution is that will be equals to 65701. and the remainder is what? Remainder is 4, right? The remainder is 4. That's the solution right there. That's the solution right there. Now, what I want you to do to compare those two problems, compare these two problems, that the one without 10, the one with 10, I added that there. Now compare those two problems, right? Watch this. When we had 3,942 divided by 6, you see what we got? The result is let's see, 6. Hang on a minute, what's going on? The result is 6, 5, 7, right? Remainder 0. There's nothing remaining. That's the result. That's the result you got there. But then when I added the 10 right here, I added 10. See what happened? So because I wanted you to learn from here. See the solution we got from this part is 6, 5, 7, 0, 1. Right? This here we got 0 from here. We got that 0 from here. I wanted you to learn from that, because if you don't do this, then you're gonna say the problem is 6, 5, 7, 1, which is incorrect. This is not the solution. Right there is incorrect. So that's why you gotta study what happened here. Right? We brought down the 1, and then if you divide 1 by 6, it won't go. But you have to write it down. You write 0 right there. You write 0. It says 0 times 6 is 0. You write it there, and then you do the same thing we've been doing. 1 minus 0 is 1. You put the 1 down there right here, right? And then you bring down, because we're not done. We still got the 0 here. You bring down the 0 right there. So when you bring down the 0, you got 10. Of course, 6 will divide 10, but you will divide 6. So you divide 6, you put the 6 here, and we divide 6, that's 1 time. You say put 1 here, 1 times 6 is 6. You write the 6 here, and then you subtract, you get 4. So I want you to pay attention here. If you don't do it that way, you're gonna end up with the wrong answer. See, that's why I like to do it this way here. That's the same process I did here to get 0 there. So that's what is going on. Let's leave it there. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video, leave comments under the video. If you have any questions, if your kids have any homework problem, just put it down. Eventually I'm gonna get a website where you can easily take the picture of the problems and submit it. I will explain it to the kid. Okay, all right.